Moin und herzlich willkommen hier wieder bei The Hobbyist in der Kategorie Gaming mit dem Spiel Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. Ja, wie ihr sehen könnt, ich habe das Intro einfach mal weggelassen. Ich glaube, das nützt keinem was bei so einem Let's Play. Ich denke einfach, ich werde jetzt die nächsten Male einfach immer mal einfach wieder reinspringen in das Spiel, wo wir beim letzten Mal aufgehört haben. Was ihr jetzt seht hier, ist vielleicht ganz wichtig für euch. Ja, jetzt geht es gerade wieder im 16:9 Format vonstatten, das Spiel, was ich hier jetzt euch präsentiere. Und das liegt daran, dass die Macher scheinbar die 21:9 formatigen Sachen rausgeschmissen haben. Denn egal, was ich hier einstelle, es gibt immer dieses 16:9 Bild. Ja, deswegen musste ich jetzt auch meinen Frame hier so ein bisschen anpassen. Ihr seht, mein Bild ist jetzt oben in der linken Ecke. Damit seht ihr zwar dieses Menü nicht, aber dann könnt ihr im Spiel hier noch die Texte lesen und die Figuren sehen und die Entscheidungsmöglichkeiten und den ganzen Kram. Also musste ich quasi das kleinere Übel wählen. Ich hoffe, dass es in einem Patch wieder nachgepatcht wird. Aber dafür haben wir jetzt dieses schöne vampirische Look and Feel an dieser Stelle. Und ja, ich denke, wir machen da weiter, wo wir letztes Mal aufgehört haben. Nachdem uns Kadir einen Auftrag gegeben hat, bin ich gespannt, wie es jetzt weitergeht. Mit Nacht Nummer 9 für Stevie. Genau, und da sind wir. Ich wette, sie haben das deshalb gemacht, weil hier oben dann halt was abgeschnitten wurde. Und sie das nicht gefixt gekriegt haben. Was eigentlich ein bisschen komisch ist. Ich hätte gedacht, man macht dann einfach, weiß ich nicht, staucht die Karte vielleicht ein bisschen oder so. Oder man kann ja, ich meine, es ist jetzt nicht wahnsinnig wichtig, wo diese Pinöpel sitzen. Die hätte man ja auch vielleicht ein bisschen runterziehen können oder so. Aber es hat auch hier oben nicht funktioniert. Der Text, der hier oben angezeigt wurde, achso, das seht ihr jetzt natürlich nicht. Hier oben. Da, wo mein Bild jetzt gerade ist, da war ja auch immer so ein bisschen ein Problem mit Überschriften und sowas. Gut. Ja, da uns Kadir einen Auftrag gegeben hat, der wird uns wahrscheinlich in der nächsten Nacht erwarten, haben wir jetzt noch eine Nacht, wo wir uns vielleicht um diesen Nosy Reporter kümmern dürfen. Da ist jetzt bei euch auch gerade mein Gesicht im Weg. Deswegen könnte ich es einfach mal vorlesen. A Nosy Reporter, Part 1. There's a sleazy reporter from a gossip magazine sniffing around Sophie's Haven. She could use your help with this problem. Dann haben wir noch die mysteriöse Verfolgerin. Somebody's Watching Me Part 2. Da haben wir den komischen Typ, den wir in der Kirche kennengelernt haben. Faith and Myth. Benoit Segal wants to meet you again at the cathedral. You wonder whether that mysterious priest will be there. Und dann haben wir natürlich noch Juno und Agathon. Das ist unser Tremere. Da hätte ich auch noch Bock drauf. Her Master's Voice. Ja, Hope, da haben wir jetzt, glaube ich, schon 2 Episoden gespielt. Genauso wie bei Strange Bedfellows. Genau wie bei unserem guten D'Angelo. Ich denke, ich werde jetzt anfangen erstmal mit The Nosy Reporter, wie ich es ursprünglich vorhatte in der letzten Folge. Und dann ist wahrscheinlich auch hier die Hälfte der Nacht wieder rum und dann müssen wir uns um den nächsten Kram kümmern. Also gehen wir los mit A Nosy Reporter. Ganz wichtig, ich habe es in der letzten Aufnahme auch falsch gesagt. Ja, da nervt mich gerade mein Backup. Gut. Bei Sophie. The streetlights filter into the apartment in a dark white glow, as if someone were shooting a movie outside. The art pieces display a tasteful expense entirely fitting the image of Sophie. It feels as if 1,000 sins have been committed on these premises, most of them under their benevolent hospitality. Sophie comes to greet you as you enter the living room, shaking her head. You understand that people judge me based on how you dress, don't you? Sophie looks at your clothes, as if resigned to your sartorial limitations. I can take care of myself. I've tried to dress inconspicuously. I've had other things to worry about. Nehmen wir mal das. I've tried to dress inconspicuously because of the masquerade. That's very sensible of you. I suppose I should commend you for that. Sophie walks to the window and looks out, the streetlights playing on her features. She reminds you of a queen contemplating the unfortunate limitations of her subjects. You'd think that a vampire, at least, we wouldn't have to worry about the vultures of the press. Unfortunately, when you have power and ability, there are always parasites trying to feed on you. I used to have a journalist friend. I'll go beat the bastard up. Is there a reporter after you? Ja, machen wir so. Is there a reporter after you? Yes, a terribly persistent creature. Sophie steps away from the window and settles down on a sofa. A wine glass with red liquid on it. Blood treated as not to spoil. You've become good at noticing the scent, even from a distance. She doesn't offer you any as you cautiously sit down across from her. This awful man has been stalking my apartment with a camera. He's gone through my trash, talked to the neighbors. Please be dear and explain to him that there's nothing for him here. Is this about the masquerade? That's a big deal for us, right? Indeed, you're learning. This must happen often. Isn't it this dangerous? For all kindred? Of course it is. If we don't make it go away... Do you know anything about the reporter? Am I in danger? Do I get something out of this? Hey, mine does. Do you know anything about this reporter? Man, woman, young, old, anything like that? All gossip reporters look the same to me. Time for you to go. I've business to attend to. You leave the apartment as Sophie disappears into another room. You don't have a clear idea of the games she plays with the city's mortal and immortal power structures, but she always seems to be making a move. Outside on the street, there's a slight warm drizzle. The kind gets under your clothes and make you want to take a shower when you get back to your own haven. No reporters immediately jump out to you. Stay put and keep an eye out, yeah. For a while, it feels like nothing is happening in the New York night. People are walking past you on their way to whatever nightlife diversions help them forget their sordid lives. As you contemplate going back inside and telling Sophie you're not looking for a new career as a lookout, you suddenly notice the lens of a camera pointed at you across the street. Hey! You yell and run across the street. It's a man you're sure you've seen somewhere before. Rotund, pasty, someone who's spent too much time in badly ventilated rooms stained with the cigarette smoke. You enter an alley, a dark, dingy space between two tall buildings. Once upon a time, a place like this might have worried you, made you think of muggings and violence. Now it's clear that the most dangerous thing here is you. The man you're following seems to realize this too. He holds his camera in front of him like a shield, its heavy objective resting on its pouch. With a start, you recognize him. You remember the face, the shaded sunglasses from a picture next to a byline and some trashy paper someone thrust in your face at a company party. His name is Frank Doherty. And he'd take pictures of one of your investors feeding up a sex worker at a nightclub. You'd been there too, and the funny thing was that Doherty showed in the photo was just the tip of the iceberg. After all, work hard and play hard was the other order of the day. Oh Mann, entschuldigt mein Vorlesen. Ich habe das jetzt schon lange nicht mehr gemacht. Ich gelobe Besserung. So sieht er also aus. Hey, don't go around scaring people like that. Welcome to Knuckletown. Okay, das wäre die Antwort von dem Bruja gewesen. I recognize you. You're Frank Doherty. I recognize you from that thing. You're a fake reporter, right? I'm a real reporter, damn it! What are you reporting on? A lot of scoops here in the dirty alley. What are you reporting on? I'm not sure you can help me. Well, perhaps you can. Do you live here? I'm working on a story about a local resident. Her name is Sophie Langley. Everybody knows her in high society circles. She's a redhead, pretty as a picture, and there were a lot of pictures of her through the years. That's the thing, in fact. Look at this. Frank pulls out his phone and starts showing you pictures. Some have been downloaded from news sites, while others have photos from the society pages of newspapers from the past decades. All show Sophie. She has different clothes, hairstyle, makeup, names, but the face remains the same. They're all hot. Other than that, I'm not sure. Are you a stalker of some sort? So, jetzt mal gucken und versuchen rauszufinden, was er weiß. Das wäre vielleicht ganz gut. That's strange. So what do you think is going on? Beats me. That's what I'm here to find out. You must have a theory about what's happening. This must be important. So why does this matter? Yeah. You must have a theory about what's happening. I have a theory or two, but before I print my theory, I need the facts to back it up. 3 words: extreme plastic surgery. All the celebrities do it. Only her doctor is better than the rest. You look critically at the photos of Frank's phone. On Frank's phone. Looking for a doctor in an alley. Thinking the world's best plastic surgeon is working out on this in this alley? Okay, fine. I don't know what this is about. So how would you explain it? A hoax. Ancient medicines. Have you considered the possibility that those pictures are a hoax? Sure, anything can be a hoax. But I dug up those old papers from the archives myself. I got to have something usable. Yeah, dominate, leave and destroy research. Yeah. You look Frank in the eyes. They're red behind his shaded glasses, veins pop from years of neglecting his body. Suddenly he seems soft, easy to manipulate. His will nothing but plaster crumbling under your boot. Go home and destroy your research on Sophie Langley. As your vampiric gaze takes over Frank's mind, he feels less than a person and more like an automation, a machine you can program. Perhaps this is why older vampires are said to think of humans as nothing but animals. How can you consider someone as a thinking person with free will when you can override them at any moment? Frank is mumbling, fondling his camera, inching around to you the entrance of the alley. He looks sad and worn as he goes. A man who used to be something, now just a shell. It feels almost embarrassing to use the powers of your blood on someone so weak. At least you're pretty sure he'll stay away. Tja, ich habe ja so eine Befürchtung, dass uns Frank nochmal über den Weg läuft. Und wir dann richtig die Kacke am Dampfen haben. Aber das werden wir sehen. Kümmern wir uns um Nummer 2. Oh, die Nacht. Ach, guck mal. Ich dachte, die Nacht geht nur so einen Viertelschritt voran, aber... Ach so, doch. Ach so, ja, doch, wir müssen resten. Wahrscheinlich, wenn ich jetzt hier... Ja. Okay, resten wir doch mal. Schauen wir, was kadiert uns in der nächsten Nacht. Ja, genau. Knock, knock. You'd ask, who's there? But you don't. If the sheriff of New York would play along. But you don't know if the sheriff of New York would play along. When you open the door, you see him toying with the car keys he's holding in his hand. Ready to go, fledgling? You don't feel like, but you give him a nod nevertheless. Excellent. Stay close. He leads you down to the vehicle he's parked nearby. Once again, walks again, he takes the wheel literally and figuratively. Everything inside is just the way you remember it, down to the rear view mirror reflecting the intense stare of your guide. However, the trip itself feels notably different. The last time Kadir drove you around, he was forcibly dragging you away from your old life. This time, he's pulling you back into it. Goddamn Newman, you're getting violent just thinking about him. Let me tell you how it's going to go. As I said, I've arranged a meeting between you and your kin. It's going to take place somewhere you should know very well. I watch over you two from a safe distance to make sure you adhere to the rules. You should know those very well, but I'll reiterate just so you can't ever say I didn't warn you. Don't do anything that would violate the Masquerade. Don't establish some secret routes of contact. I will know. Do treat it as the last time you two will meet. Take this chance to wrap everything up. Here's your story. You're fine. Found yourself at a crossroads. Decided to radically change your life and move out of the city. The subway is unbearable. The rent is too high. They've heard it all. However, you do not appreciate being accused of a crime you didn't commit, so you're back, both to clear your name and strike fear into the heart of the real culprit. By now you should know how to cause fear among the living, right? He smirks at you. Have fun. As long as you don't leave a mess for me to clean up, we should be good. The car makes a sudden turn. I'll leave the finer details to you. Just be so kind and don't make me regret it. You can sense he's going out of this way for you, but doesn't try to force you into gratitude by stating it plainly. If you know, you know. He'll see if you're worthy of his aid. We're here. Take a look around and recognize your destination. He was right. It's a familiar place. It's the office in which you wasted the best years of your life. Newman should be up there. Apparently, someone is blackmailing him with documents proving his penchant for embezzlement. The poor guy is stuck in his office and he is probably pretty shaken up. The documents don't exist, but it would be a shame if someone went there, wiped the floor with the man, found proof that he pilfered the funds, and forced him to admit his crimes. He turns off the engine and relaxes comfortably in this seat. You silently leave the car and head straight for Newman's office. The elevator ride just doesn't seem to end. After what feels like 5 hours, but in reality is closer to 30 seconds, you finally reach your floor. Your ex-boss is sitting in his office, just like Kadir said. He looks, how can you put it, as if he has just googled body language of alpha males and attempted to poorly copy the most cartoonish posture in order to intimidate the blackmailer. Out of habit, you take a deep breath as you step inside his office. Stevie? He immediately relaxes. It's just Stevie. His eyes say as a sly grin appears beneath them. Forget to ask for a vacation. People were worried, you know. Not to mention overworked to hell and back, then overworked some more. Someone had to take over your responsibilities. And guess what? Just as we started digging into your work, some unexpected financial irregularities started popping up. We need to work on a common story to explain those two. See? You keep quiet and just stare him down. The poor idiot still thinks he's the predator in the room. Let's see how long it takes for him to realize his mistake. Newman senses that you're different, somehow. He attempts to stare back but fails to withstand your glare. He starts to wonder what's going on and quickly arrives at a conclusion. Wait a second, so you're the one who sent me that message? Now that's a laugh. He starts approaching you. Sweetheart, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. You think you could convince anyone that you never knew what was going on around here? Fat chance. And even if you did, you know my friends. They'd never let you live it down. He's right in front of you, licking his lips, pondering the best way to display his complete physical superiority. You won't give him the chance. Throw him outside the building. Use him like a punching bag. Scare the shit out of him. Ich sollte ja nichts Falsches machen. Also, ich will dieses Spiel unbedingt nochmal als Bruja durchspielen, weil dann hätte ich hätte ihn gleich aus dem Gebäude geschmissen. Das wäre so geil gewesen. Ich hätte es einfach getan. Aber nein, in diesem Fall, wir sind Ventrue. Wir hören auf das, was der Sheriff sagt. Present solltest tun. Before Newman blinks, you're standing in front of him with your arms crossed. After he blinks, your hand is already on his throat. He freezes up. He watches you get in his face and slowly brandish your long fangs. A loud, throaty, inhuman growl rings out throughout the office and begins to morph into a violent hiss. For a moment, your ex-boss can't identify the source of the overwhelming sound, or rather, his brain refuses to accept that your relatively small body is capable of generating a noise like this. As he begins to understand and process the unnatural sights of your fangs, he's gradually overpowered by an animalistic fear that shatters his entire worldview. You were supposed to be a victim. Why are you a threat? Why did reality break? You slowly tighten your grip on his neck, not hard enough to trigger a fight response, but enough to strike deeper fear into his heart. Kneel. Newman complies with your demand, squealing softly, a single tear making his way down the stubble of on his cheek. Fuck! Fuck! Obey. I'll do whatever you want. Just don't kill me, please! You gather your strength and throw him, slamming him against his desk. Fuck! A born boardroom predator has met his better in the place he least expected it. You slowly start walking towards him. Stop! I'll get it! I'll do it! I'll fucking do it! With shaking hands, he scrambles toward the safe on his shelves. He opens it and takes out some documents inside. This is what you want, right? This is what you want! You rip the papers from his hands and browse them. This should be enough to, as Kadir would put it, prove his penchant for embezzlement. I'll clear your fucking name. Tell them. It's somebody else. You twist your heel into his hand. He screams. I did it! I tell them! I did it! Next time I'll bite into your throat. You better do that. Leave in silence as Leave in silence. Simply turn around and start walking away. You walk into the elevator, press the ground floor button, and wave at Newman as the door starts closing. He mumbled something under his breath and winces in pain. Back to Kadir's car. Once you close the door, he instantly puts his foot on the gas pedal. Walking off the pitch with no regrets? Said everything you had to say? I wiped the floor with him and got the documents that should keep him in check. That asshole will be looking over his shoulder constantly for the rest of his life. Kadir smiles deviously. Looks like he can take care of business, as expected. I don't need to tell you to hang on onto those documents, but keep in mind that you can use them for more than a security guarantee. We're always looking for more contacts among the big fish. Once you settle in, you can use what you know of Newman to convince the elders that he's better off as your ghoul. Als Ghoul? Ach du Scheiße. Now that's an enticing thought. You're surprised at his suggestion. The car speeds up to cross an intersection before the light turns red. You give Kadir a good hard look. Good job with setting it all up. Thank you. Why are you not mean to me? Ist sie so emotional? Nein. You've done a good job setting all of this up. He chuckles, visibly proud. If I couldn't handle something this easy, I wouldn't be holding my position, but... Then he takes on a serious, slightly sorrowful expression. Don't suck up on me, kid. Mr. Bad Guy is still here, and without a doubt, he will go back to decapitating suckers like you any time now. The car starts slowing down. We're here. You look out of the window and see your haven. Take care, I'll see you around. Just pray I don't have to see you too often. You leave the car and start walking to your haven, thinking about Kadir. Can't say you're fond of him. What with the welcome he gave you and all, but after tonight you can't say you aren't either. You're gonna need some more time to understand him, that's for sure. Und damit haben wir wieder die Hälfte der Nacht rum. Oh, und der Nosy Reporter ist wieder da. Okay. Das werden wir uns dann vielleicht beim nächsten Mal angucken. Weiß nicht, soll ich das noch mal angucken? Ich möchte eigentlich vielleicht noch mal mit dem Church Guy reden, mit D'Angelo. Oder mit dem Tremere. Ich meine, ich hab glaube ich, Bock auf den Tremere. Auch wenn er ein bisschen strange ist. Juno und Agathon. Juno, the notes. You find the mystery of Agathon's research tantalizing enough to pay him a visit. Ich denke, das werden wir beim nächsten Mal machen. Und ja, die Zeit sagt auch, wir sind gut dabei für diese Episode. Deswegen würde ich sagen, wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal, wenn es wieder heißt Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York. Bis dann.